Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense is because on this platform, we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions. But not everyone uses logic. So, for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Also, the subscriber mode has been enabled, meaning if you are not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you need to subscribe to the channel. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel, whether it be from the very beginning or just recently. I really appreciate all the love and all the support all of you have given me. I want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media, particularly Instagram and TikTok. I really appreciate all the love and all support that you continue to provide me. I want to give a huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter into your devices and all those who watch from the clouds. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So, therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. Okay. So, as you can see on on the description for tonight's episode is how to maintain a healthy platform. So basically, what I will be doing is I will be discussing certain things that, in my honest opinion, will help you to maintain a healthy platform and with your channel. Now, before we get into get into the meat of the matter, excuse me, we're gonna have another episode of In My Words. Many of us have seen what's been going on with the with I don't even know what to call it between hybrid the sheriff and Grand Merchant. Okay, this going back and forth between the two of them. Okay. Well, it's true. I'm not a big fan of hybrid vegan. Okay, for multiple reasons. But it appears like he's lost it altogether. And of course, he's been had issues with me, but that's nothing new. Of course, one of the new allegations that I lied when I said his channel was deleted, and then he posted it how you can put your channel on private. First of all, simply stating that you can put your channel on private does not take away the fact the channel is no longer there. Okay, which is he was known as, I believe, Hybrid the Cream Maker Slayer or something to that effect. So this going back and forth, between Hybrid and Grandma Sean, and then his lunatic, cringeworthy remarks about me. That stems from jealousy, okay? Because first of all, not only I'm doing better than his platform, but other people as well. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share you my screen. Hopefully, the computer and the internet will cooperate. Okay. It's going to be one of those days. Okay. So, just bear with me. I'm trying to see if my computer will cooperate. Okay. But I'm going to show you something which kind of explains. Okay, now as you can see, this is the channel analytics. Okay, excuse me. Now, please note that within the last 28 days, I've gotten over 10K views. Okay, which the last time I checked was more than 3 times the number of views his surviving channel has. Okay. Also, the watch hours is about the same. And even though the growth on my subs have slowed down a little bit, I've gained 22 subs within the last 4 weeks. Okay. Now let's go to another. Okay. Now this is my, okay, I don't know. Okay. Okay. As you can see here by the analytics, I'm actually getting views from every age group. Okay. So I'm getting a small percentage of the ages 13 to 17, which is 5%. And then from 18 to 24, it's about 23%. The largest group of the largest share of my audience, which is the 25 to 34, is about 25%. Then I'm getting from the age group 35 to 44, 23.5. And then from 45 to 54, 10%, about 10%, going from ages 55 to 64, and just 2% for 65 and older. So basically, as you can see here, I'm getting viewers from every category, every age group. Of course, what continues is the fact I'm getting majority male viewers. However, almost 29% of my viewership is female. Okay, so let me just stop sharing. Okay, so as you can see, this is the reason why Hybrid is not being able to deal with me, because basically I'm doing way better than he is. In fact, many other people are doing better than he is. Okay. And he decided to get into a minds war with me. I think with all his minds generated, I think he got maybe 200 to 300 views. That's compared to like about 8,000. Plus, I have now reached 45,000 views. So, what is the moral of the lesson? Don't start a war that you know that you cannot finish. I'll be successful. Now, going forward, I'm going to try to not talk too much about him because, he definitely has issues. And I think the best thing for him to do is to simply get therapy, get off of YouTube, and to deal with whatever trauma that is in his life. Okay, that's the best thing that anyone can do. And actually, I thought about doing a stream basing on him, but then again, no, I don't think so. And I understand it's Sunday night, so a lot of people may not be watching this, so I suspect a lot of people will be catching it on the playback. So with that being said, what are we going to do right now is we're going to get into the name. So excuse me. So as I indicated before, the main topic tonight is how to maintain a healthy platform. So first of all, let me state the obvious. I am not an expert. What I'm going to state is based purely on my observations as far as how other people conducted their platforms, both in a positive light and in a negative life. Okay. I want to let everybody know that the link to join the panel has been pinned. So if anyone wants to hop on the panel and express their point of view, they're welcome. Let me make this perfectly clear. If you are new here, I will ask you to cam up in the backstage, so that way I'll make sure that you don't flash anything inappropriate and cause my channel to be flagged. So let me just start with what in my point of view, what is important to maintain a healthy platform. First of all, it helps when you have what I call a mission statement. And what do I mean by that? In other words, what is your goal? What is it you're trying to do with your platform? Okay. And it could be as clearly defined or loosely defined. It's totally up to you. But you need to have some sort of a goal and aim as far as why you're here. Okay. Why are you devoting your time and energy on this platform to produce content? And of course, when you have that, you will eventually create what's called core values. Something that, okay, and what are those core values? In other words, what are those things that are important to you? Okay. And it can vary with each individual, depending on what is the nature of the platform, depending who's conducting it. Okay, so which means you need to be true to your core values and true to your mission statement. Okay, for example, if you're the type of a channel that's into sports, make every effort to stay within that realm. If your channel is a gossip channel, then try to maintain um, as far as gossip is concerned. If you are a cooking channel, do a cooking. Okay, you don't, not just to give you an understanding. It's like you don't go to a dentist for a plumbing problem. You go to a dentist for your teeth. You go to a plumber. You have issues with your sink and what have you. Another thing that's very important is you need to have thick skin. Why? Because you're going to, sooner or later, you're going to be dealing with people who do not share your vision regarding your platform. You're going to have people that are going to criticize you, um, not in a constructive way, but in a destructive way. You're going to have haters because people are going to either hate your content or they're going to hate the people that you choose to associate with. Eventually, as your channel continues to produce content, you will start creating associations with other YouTube creators. Okay, most successful creators have done this. Okay, of course, everyone knows as far as the other creators that have visited this platform, people such as the Intro Boricua, the 18th Letter, Golden Goddess, Multi, uh, Urbi Fatal, Keshal. Um, there have been other people who have visited this platform but not so much now. Denise Gonzalez, MK, uh, Moon Chaser, the Radical Latino, um, and other people. Okay. So in time, um, you will be developing close associations. Now, one thing that's very important is that you need to practice what I call proper discernment regarding who you choose to associate with. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you're gonna have people which will try to lead your platform in a couple of directions, and some of the directions could be negative. That you'll have creators who wants to create constantly trauma on your platform. You will face with people who want to make it wretched all the time. You're also going to deal with people who are what I call hurt people. Okay? Because I think one thing we have to bear in mind hurt people hurt people. And what are hurt people? These are people who are damaged mentally, psychologically, that has dealt with trauma that has never been resolved. Okay. And you will eventually, as you continue in your YouTube journey as a creator, you're going to see who are the people who love to create drama. And you're going to, hopefully, in time, you will learn how to practice discernment. And there's certain people that you will avoid. Okay. Now, there have been people that at one time I did associate myself with, but no longer do so due to their conduct and due to the way they interacted with me and with other people. Okay. I'm not going to state who are those people that appeared on my platform that I no longer associate with. The reason why, because I have discussed this on other streams, and this is not really the place for it. Okay. This the topic is, and I see here we have Millennial Mulatto Jojo. A lot of people on here have nothing but drama and gossip on their platform. It's because they're all able to abstain their clout and draw attention. That's true. And first of all, thank you, Jojo, for stopping by. Okay. Now, as I have stated before, and I'm going to state it again, everyone has the right as far as how they govern their platforms and what goes, what comes and goes, and what's okay and what's okay. Here on this platform, I try very hard to maintain uh, uh, an environment where people are allowed to express themselves freely without fear of censoring, without fear of judgment. The only thing that I request is please be mutually respectable towards me. Please be mutually respectable towards the people on the chat and on the panel. Okay. If you're unable to do that, you will be removed. It is that simple. Okay. And unfortunately, there have been times where you have people here who have beefs with other people, and they decided to bring their beefs. Yeah, I think, okay, they can say what they want on their platform, but politically speaking, the stuff it would be a fraction of their maturity level. I agree 100%. I agree. Unfortunately, you have some individuals who are very immature. Okay, they will say and do anything just for the sake of views, just for the sake of clicks. I'm not one of those people, okay? And I know my friend Georgia is not one of those people either. So, going back to my point, you need to have a thick skin because people are going to say all sorts of stuff. People are going to say mistruths. People are going to misinterpret what you say. Okay. So you need to have a thick skin. Okay. If you do not have a thick skin, you should not be on this platform or any platform. Another thing that's very important to maintain a healthy platform is be able to accept constructive criticism. Okay. Now, let me explain to you the difference between constructive criticism and destructive criticism. Constructive criticism is a situation where someone, they'll speak to you and they'll simply, calmly, and rationally, they will state what you are saying or what you are doing is not appropriate, and they'll indicate the why. That is constructive criticism. Good evening, Keishal. Thank you very much for stopping by. Oh, before I forget, let me just remind everyone that the Millennial Monitor Georgia and Keishal have their own platforms where they talk about no, content regarding their respective fields. I will recommend if you have the opportunity to check out their content and subscribe to their channels. Okay. Now, as I stated before, you need to be able to say constructive criticism. Destructive criticism, when they get personal and they attack you and they criticize you for your flaws. That's not constructive criticism. That's destructive criticism. You're welcome. You're welcome, Keshawn. Another thing you need to do is to maintain a healthy platform is to be able to adapt. Okay, which means you learn new techniques, you learn new things, you discuss topics, you do a more thorough research on the topic that you wish to discuss, because you want to be able to articulate with a certain level of intelligence what you are discussing. Okay, which is something that I strive to do whenever I discuss a topic. I will spend a considerable amount of time doing my research, and then I will discuss based on the knowledge that I've gained. Okay. Also, you learn some new techniques. Okay. Like, for example, among the things I've learned to do was to pin pin the link to join the panel on the top of the chat. Also, among the other things, uh, how to create um, uh, content, whether it be short videos or whether it be live streams or things of that nature. Also, be able to have people become moderators to help me make sure that my content remains trauma free. Also, learning how to remove people, and also learning how to do streams from my phone. So these are things that will help you for your channel to grow. Another thing that's very important is to develop a core group. This is something that I spoke to about a few minutes ago, and I'm going to amplify it further. Now, what is a core group? A core group it's a group of people that week in or week out they support your channel. Okay, what they will do is They'll contribute by entering comments in the chat. They'll contribute by joining the panel. Uh, they'll contribute by giving likes. They will contribute by putting comments after the content has been aired. Uh, some of them will also share your content. I have learned how to share. I've shared people whenever occasional as content. Also, Golden Goddess, I've shared her content. Multi, um, the Intro to Eureka, the 18th Letter. Uh, I've not shared Millennial Mulatto's content because of the fact that I don't have his express permission. And I am not going to share content without express permission because I could be hit with a community strike. Okay. So, and the core group doesn't necessarily have to agree with you all the time. Okay. In fact, I prefer that my core group be honest with me and, stay. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But in any case, I just want to make sure that I did have your permission because, look, I understand that you are very mindful regarding your content. I am also mindful regarding making sure that no one takes your content and misinterprets or does not use it properly. But it's good to know. Thank you very much. So going back to what's important about a core group, um, the core group can also um, give you advice as far as how to present your content, how to do research, how to do other things to help your channel to become more successful. Okay. Now I've had the blessing of having people who give me advice regarding my content, and I've tried to the best of my ability to implement it. I say that it's against YouTube terms and conditions to use other people's works for defamation. Yes, I agree. I agree because look, and this is something that I have discussed on previous streams. Okay, which is people who have their channel deleted or lost their ability um, to monetize, to make money. Okay, and usually it's because they have violated the guidelines um, in some significant way, whether it be using copyright material to defame people, whether it be using hate speech directed towards any segment of our society, whether it be advocating violence to be done against individuals or people, okay, which is something that I'm in total agreement that it should not happen. These things like this should never happen on any platform. And we already saw examples of people having their channel um, deleted or the ability to make money to be removed. A couple examples is just purely things, also Fresh and Fit, also Cynthia G, and of course Hybrid, the Queenmaker Slayer, or whatever he chooses to address himself. I mean, that's him. So that's something to bear in mind. So, and of course, no successful YouTube creator is successful without a core group. Okay. And it should not be a bunch of silent partners. It should be people who are free to express their point of view as far as what advice that should be given, and then it's up to the creator to either accept it or not accept it. Another thing that you can do is to maintain a healthy platform is to encourage feedback. Okay, and basically what that means is when you are discussing a topic, any topic, okay, no matter what the topic it is, that you allow your audience to express themselves, okay, they can either agree with you with what you're speaking on, or they disagree with you. And if they disagree with you, that's not a problem. The issue, as long as they can articulate and point logically what are those issues without getting emotional. Unfortunately, some people don't have that ability to discuss things logically. Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. The topic for tonight is how to maintain a healthy uh, platform. Okay, and being that you are trying, that you have expressed a desire to create a platform. Yeah, I know. I just, you know what? I decided to do an early stream. Just I didn't have to work tonight, so I decided to do an early stream. Well, in any case, I'm doing fine. So the topic for tonight is how to maintain a healthy platform. So I mean, and there's lots of ways that you can encourage uh, feedback. I mean, the most obvious is asking them, okay, and also trying to engage with the people in the chat regarding their point of view regarding the topic in question. Also, when you have people on your panel, you can always ask for their feedback. And sometimes they can give you a different perspective that you may never consider. So it's very helpful when you have people who are free to express their point of view in a logical way. Okay. And again, we don't have to always agree. We can disagree and be agreeable when we disagree. Okay, which is something that not every creator has the ability to do. But those who do have that ability, you will find out that it will encourage a lot of interaction between you and your community, and also it will create um, a positive atmosphere where other people will be encouraged to come and look at your platform, look at your content, particularly after the stream is over, and then people are allowed to express their point of views as they see fit. Another thing, and this is something that I have strived to do since the very beginning, keep your platform a safe space for abuse. What do I mean by that? In other words, make it perfectly clear to everyone that's in the chat and everyone that's in the panel that it is a privilege to be here on this platform. Okay? So I expect a certain code of conduct. That code of conduct is this. First of all, you're going to be respectable to everyone on the panel and everyone in the chat. You're going to be respectable towards me. I'm going to ask that you try to maintain the topic in question. Okay. Also, if we have disagreements regarding the topic, you will be given an opportunity to logically state why. Okay. Which you express your opinion with facing facts or simply just participate from the point of view. I have no problem with other points of view. Where I have an issue is where people trying to dominate the conversation, when people try to say it's their way or the highway. Okay. Again, if that's how you want to run your platform, that's perfectly fine. I don't do things like that on my platform. This platform is not an echo chamber. Okay. It's a space, a place where people, if they choose to do so, they have the opportunity to join the panel and express their point of view regarding the topic in question. Also, it's their opportunity to express their point of view from the chat, or they could just simply watch from the clouds, which is perfectly fine with me. All I ask is please hit the like button, okay? It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt you to do so, and it does help with the algorithm. Okay. Now, the next thing that's very important is to avoid negative people. Now, negative people are people who do not come to the platform to try to contribute something constructive, but what they try to do is they try to create chaos because they have certain beefs with certain people either on the platform or in the chat. Okay. Now, if I have to, I will block people. If I have to, I will put people in the backstage. If I have to, I will mute people. And if you can't deal with that, well, I guess this is not the place for you. Okay. This is not a circus. This is not a zoo. This is not an insane asylum. This is a space. Actually, this is my cyber home. Okay. So I expect people who come to my cyber home to act accordingly. I expect a certain level of decorum. I expect people to conduct themselves as adults. I expect people, if they have disagreements, to discuss them, articulate them, okay, but not bring your beefs over here. That's why if you have platforms and you want to go on your beefs with them, that's perfectly fine. Another thing that will help you is use moderators. Now they're very helpful. Okay, first of all, moderators have the ability to put people in timeout for 5 minutes. They also have the ability to block people as well. Okay. Okay, so, and I have quite a few moderators. Irby is my moderator. Cashon is my moderator. Gigi and Multi are moderators. The 18th letter is as a moderator. I mean, I have multiple moderators, okay? And the reason why they're moderators because they support the channel, okay? Week in and week out, they'll watch my content, or they'll enter comments in the chat, or they'll hop on the panel, or they'll share my content, okay? I am also a mod in other people's platform. I'm a mod on Latin Explaining. I'm a mod on at least one of Keisha's channels. I'm a mod on Gigi's channel. I'm a mod on Multi's panel. I think I'm still a mod on Morena's channel. I think I'm a mod also on Moonchaser's channel. I'm a mod on multiple channels. Okay. And another thing that's very important is give your mods the authority to act. Okay. And basically, what that means is this: Irby, Keishao, and whoever else is my mod that appears in the chat or they're watching it from the clouds, they have the authority to block and to remove anyone that's causing a disruption to the stream. Okay, who would try to create chaos. Okay, because I believe if I'm going to have someone who is a mod, I'm going to give them the authority to act. The next thing that's going to help you to maintain a healthy platform is to learn from your mistakes. Okay, because believe me, you will make mistakes um, as a creator. Some of them are minor, something that could be a misspelling, something that could be not properly vetting a person. Okay. Yes, I agree. Thank you very much. Okay. Um, there have been topics where I've aired, which maybe in 2020 hindsight, maybe would have been better not to cover. There might have been things I've said that it would have been better not said. It would have been actions that I did that it would have been better that I don't performed. However, I'm able to accept and take accountability for my actions and learn from them. Okay. So you will, from time to time, make mistakes. You don't be afraid to make mistakes. Just learn from them and keep it going. Okay. Another thing that's going to help you to keep your platform healthy is try to expand your horizons. In other words, um, think about different topics that might be of interest to your audience. Okay. It could be collaborations with other people. Okay. I have done collaborations with Denise. I've done collaborations with Kesha. I also did one collaboration with Magic Mulata, which 2020 hindsight might have been better not to do, but it's just that you have to give people an opportunity, to get to know these people and then make sure that they're well vetted. Going into the new year, I would love to do other collaborations with other people, um, whether it be Gigi, Georgia, Melty. I understand she's on a YouTube sabbatical, so these are things I will have to discuss offline. Also, I would like to do a couple of collabs with Georgia. Okay, more as far as Christian topics discussed. So, so these are things that I'm thinking about doing for the new year. And you have to, you have to when you expand your horizons, you discuss different things. Like for example, I had an interesting discussion regarding feminism. Okay, and Feminism did serve a purpose, okay, because it did address a lot of inequalities that women had to endure, okay. Women could not vote, women could not own property, women could not discipline their children, they couldn't run for politics, they couldn't vote. Also, they didn't have autonomy over their bodies and things of that nature. So, the feminist movement in the beginning, it did address a lot of issues, but it kind of morphed into something else, totally helter skelter. But that's discussion for another day. Another thing that's going to help you to maintain a healthy platform is don't get personal. Okay. Now, the fact of the matter is, you're going to have people that are going to make personal attacks against you. Okay. And it could be for multiple reasons. It could be because they disagree regarding your content. It could be that they disagree with who you choose to hang with and who you choose to associate with. I've said this multiple times, and I'm going to say it again. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. I'm not here to make enemies. I'm here uh, to produce content which hopefully would be enjoyed by other people. Okay, and also to grow my channel, hopefully to get to the point where I'll become a um, influential YouTube creator. Okay, and I think there are many ways you could be influential. You could be influential if you just have a hundred subs, or you can have influence. You have 5,000 subs. It really doesn't make that much of a difference. Okay. And when you're dealing with people, you do not attack their personality. You do not attack their personality. You do not. Okay. You deal with their issue. You deal with their conduct. Okay. And just be mindful, even though there'll be people that will go personal attacks on you, you don't reciprocate. Okay. Because you don't want to go down to their level. Now, sometimes, and I repeat, sometimes when you are a YouTube creator, you may need to take a break and get off the platform for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, whatever. It could be because you need to develop fresh content and you need the time away from the platform in order to think about and plan it. Also, there might be other things that are more important in your life that needs your immediate attention. Okay. For many of us, this is something that we do um, in our spare time, and the reality is this: um, there are other things that happen in life which are more important. We have Many of us have jobs, many of us have families, many of us have multiple responsibilities which we need to fulfill. So at times it may be beneficial to take a break and then come back recharge. I mean, I know there's a couple of YouTube creators which have taken breaks, okay, that are on their sabbaticals for multiple reasons, and that's perfectly fine. There is no problem with that. The next thing that you do and I discussed this earlier, to maintain a healthy platform, be prepared to block or silence people when needed. Okay. The last thing you need is you have people who come to your platform or they come to your channel to cause division, to cause a riot, to cause discord, and not put these people in check because unfortunately, what that does, it encourages people to misbehave. So that's why whenever you have people either on the platform or in the chat who will continue to create discord, you will have to either block them or silence them. Okay. I block people from the platform and I will continue to do so if it is necessary. Okay. People don't like it, they can get blocks. Another thing that's going to help you to maintain a healthy platform is don't get involved with internal conflicts. Okay. That means being neutral. And this is something that I have had to deal with because I have dealt with people who were upset with me, not because of what I did, but because I'm cool with certain people. Whether it be a Gigi, whether it be Multi, whether it be Denise, whether it be the radical Latino, whether it be Road Tap or what have you. Okay. It just so happens that I'm cool with a lot of people on this platform. Okay. And some people are upset with me because I'm cool with their ops, not realizing that just because I'm cool with them doesn't mean I necessarily agree with them. Um, all the time. Yeah. YouTube politics. Look, I mean, I've seen it not just with the biracial side, but also with the Latino side. Okay, where people have had issues with me because I associate with certain creators. Okay, and to be perfectly honest, I even lost a couple of subs. And my point is this: if you're going to unsubscribe because I'm cool with certain people, well, I didn't say anything or do anything, but simply due to the fact that I'm cool with certain people, it is your loss. You was never really supported to begin with. Okay, it is that simple. I don't harbor any ill will, but at times we have to go our separate ways. Okay, and any true subscriber will accept the fact. Okay, there might be certain people that you may not have warm fuzzy feelings for. Okay, but as long as I'm not causing any trauma, it should not be an issue. Okay. Unfortunately, we're dealing with people who are immature and have this concept that since I'm a friend of an enemy, therefore I'm an enemy. I'm sorry. That does not make any sense whatsoever. Okay. It's silly, it's stupid, it's dumb. And what it does is just show the level of insecurity and immaturity when you do that. And if you want to do that, fine. Okay. So, whenever there is a conflict, whatever, I will not get involved. Okay. I will stay above the fray. Now, if you try to drag me into the conflict, you're going to get a response. Okay. And you may not like what I'm going to say. So, if you have an issue with any of the people that I associate with, that's fine. Deal with that on your own platform. Do not come to this space and deal with your ish because you're upset regarding a person that's on the platform or a person that's on the chat. or a person who's one of my mods. Okay. Miss me with that. If you cannot deal with that, then what I'm going to say to you is the following. Do not let the door hit. Do not let the door hit you, with the good Lord split you. Okay. And I have been talking for almost an hour. So it's very important. Do not get involved in their internal conflicts. Okay. Do not. Be neutral. Be neutral. You can, you can defend when it's necessary, when their character is being attacked, but do not get involved with their conflicts nevertheless. Another thing that you can do, okay, and I see here we have our guests. So before I let my guests, let me make it perfectly clear that the views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host of the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to your image. Some of the views that people might hold might be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel. And now we get our guests. Good evening, brother. Oops, sorry.
Well, yeah, no worries. That was okay. But hey, good evening, Jose.
So how you doing tonight?
I have been napping pretty much for the entire Sunday evening, but I did wake up to your stream, so that's where we're at the moment. But I can't complain.
Okay, cool. So what's your thoughts about the topic?
I think that it was useful info. I thought it was great, and I think it was pretty much good advice today, because ultimately, like, if you really want to have like a platform that's just honestly just good, though, then it has to have like a lot of uplifting qualities to it. But like, people are not going to be able to achieve that if it's just going to be nothing but smacked with all sorts of drama and gossip and defamatory stuff. But then again, is that people only feel a need to clout chase and attention seek if there is a lot of drama and slander and gossip. But they're lost, though, because that's just not really going to, be the thing that me and you are going to do.
No. When I created this platform, I had like a certain mission statement and there's certain core values which I've tried to maintain. Among them is to encourage um, thoughts to flow freely. Also, making a space that's for people who be mutually respectable. And if they disagree, well, let's discuss it. Okay, what is your disagreement? This is never meant to be an echo chamber here.
Exactly, though, because I do plan to launch my first live this month, and you and everybody else are all welcome, but I am going to have to make the request for everybody to please respect the boundaries, be mature. If that can't really be met up to, then please leave. Because I am also an independent channel. And, like this coming 2024, I'm not really going to be getting super duper close with anybody whom I'm probably am never really going to meet on the internet, because I don't really feel that anything good has resulted from that. I think that a lot of it has just resulted in a hyper sense of tribalism, people becoming very possessive over friendships, people thinking that people are committing friendship theft. In other words, thinking that you're stealing from other people or stealing their friends or whatever. I'm done with that. I think all that
Mhm.
stuff is just the last straw. I think it's been very counterproductive to people's platforms. So I just want to tell you guys this: I'm independent. Again, I'm not no leader of any other group or the quote unquote mulattoes. I'm independent. So that way people can't come to me with their crap about, oh, why aren't you standing up for me, this and that? Because I'm not a part of it anymore. I'm done.
And of course, for my side of the fence, I'm not a leader. In fact, the only leader I recognize is Jesus Christ Himself. I'm just simply a small creator, basically just trying to produce healthy content week in and week out.
Same. And then plus like my platform is just also now designated for like family driven values, my travels, uplifting stuff, and things that can actually help produce fruits. And I think that in itself is a great way of ensuring a healthy platform. Not all this drama and
Mhm.
gossip and defamatory stuff that a lot of people think that's the only way to attention seek and clout chase.
Yes. And of course, one thing that's very important uh, is to accept when you have erred or missed the mark, because as creators, from time to time, we're going to make some mistakes, and some of them are pretty bad. I mean, we just need to be humble enough to admit it and just learn from them.
Of course, because a humbled heart is the only heart that's going to be exalted. So, yeah, I do agree. I
Yeah.
also think that what makes us good content creators in our own selves is if we could care less whether another person decides maybe not to really back us or anything. If there's going to ever be that point in which we will have to stand alone in the desert, the same way that Jesus stood alone in the desert, then that should actually be perfectly fine because at least that other person is letting you know where they stand. And you should just be like, well, that's okay. I'm going to stand alone too myself and just handle it all by myself with my own platform, my own independent platform.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's just say if somebody, or even with you, Jose, I'm not saying that you would do that, but if you decided maybe not to have much to do with me anymore, I would be perfectly fine with that because I actually have a greater life and a greater potential going on, and a lot of great things happening in my personal life to where people on the internet are not really going to be a whole lot relevant to that. Not saying you are, but I'm just saying if something like that unexpectedly came to pass, then okay, I'll be like, okay, that's a bit sad, but life moves on.
Yes. I mean, look, in all fairness, I know that there have been quite a few people who have supported this platform and have not, they have not been there, more active. First of all, I don't take it personally because, there are other things that come up in life which are more important. Okay. So, I'm just going to continue week in and week out um, to produce my content. Good evening, Ramon. Thank you very much for stopping by. I did check your last stream. Unfortunately, it was kind of late. Um, so, by the time you aired, I was asleep. I mean, I think one of the problem is as I get older, I tend to sleep more.
Oh, hey, Ramon.
But so that's the reason why. Look, I cannot worry too much about if they support my platform or no, don't support my platform. My concern is making sure that I continue to produce content and where I need to improve, and where I need to do better, and just keep it moving.
Same here. Kick the dust off your feet and keep it moving.
Exactly. Exactly. Ramon, if you're able to join the panel, the link has been pinned if you wish to express your point of view. The topic for tonight is how to maintain a healthy platform. And in all fairness, it's not based on any research that I've done. It is based on my interaction with other creators and also seeing what has transpired on other platforms.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if you were able to redo your platform, Georgia, what would you do differently?
If I were to redo it,
Yes.
sort of what I was going back to earlier, which is maybe not really. Hold on one second. Sorry, I have to clear my throat. So, probably not getting super duper close to particular individuals that I may not really know that well. Unless we are like super duper close, we made each other like vulnerable to one another. We established some type of like deep relationship, even if it's like platonically speaking. Then I am not really going to want to like be like a collaborator of yours or get that super close unless we had everything else that I just mentioned, which is like a deep seated like profound relationship, much kind of like how like Gigi and Moti have, because clearly the two women are like soul sisters. They know each other quite well. They know each other's personal stuff, all that other stuff. So unless it's like, you know, like that type of dynamic, then I'm not going to really want to get that close to anybody on here. Because I feel like that maybe getting that close to people who I did not know that very well also led to some disastrous results. And I also do take accountability for that, because I also made myself a little bit maybe too known or aired out maybe too much of my dirt to people I probably should not have done that to, because all it did was just lead to a bunch of drama down the past. I mean, not down the past, but down the line.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't really like know you that well as a content creator, then I don't want to work with you or get that close to you. I will still be cordial with you, but I don't want to talk to you behind this, behind the scenes. I don't want to call you. I don't want to get all that close to you, because I feel like just my mistakes of doing such haven't really played out that well over the past year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, basically, if I could be able to redo it, I'll probably do a little bit of a better job vetting some of the people I interacted with. And okay, actually, I don't know if you want to address this question regarding you and Magic.
So, Magic, yes, I'm still on good terms with her. She's probably is maybe one person whom I'm cool with, because of how we both have like a very, very similar background. And plus, we've talked a lot behind the scenes. And at least to me, she's proven that she can be at least pretty trustworthy in my eyes, especially given the fact that I know a lot about her the same way that she knows a lot about me. So, like I said, like earlier, Irby, unless it's been like a profound relationship that deep, then sure. But if I am not somebody who can have the privilege to access that part of your life, or you can't really access that part of my life, then we probably should not really get that super close on here.
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna
But I know
say
she
I'm gonna,
has some stuff going on. I'm not going to talk about that.
no.
But you see what I mean, Irby. So hope to hear from her sometime though. But Magic, shout out to you. But go on.
Well, I did unblock her from this from Discord. So if she wants to speak out to me, reach out to me, I will be cordial. But at this point, I don't see the need to do anything else, considering what has transpired. And looks like we just lost Georgia. But I mean, look, the fact, like I said before, look, um, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. However, we're gonna have to be mutually respectable. Thank you for coming back.
Sorry about that.
Um,
My bad. That was an accident.
no, it's okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, like I said before, I did unblock Magic from Discord. So if she wants to reach out to me, I'll be cordial and respond.
Awesome. So yeah, sort of like how I guess some other people were talking about like before. If at least like establishing like some level of closure, is possible, then I would say go for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it'll all happen in God's timing. I'll say that though, but hopefully it does come to pass whenever.
Anyway, so let's get back to, because I don't want to I don't want to make it sound like an anti magic stream. Well, I have my
Oh, it's
differences with her. I mean, I don't want to make it.
no, and it
Okay.
definitely is not though, because I would not even be here if it were.
No, I mean, let's just say we disagree on a lot of things, and let's just keep it going. So, also another thing you can do, and also with a certain amount of caution, visit other platforms. Well, I mean that basically those who have similar values that you have. Like for example, um, I would have no problem visiting your platform, and I visited other people's platforms. There's certain platforms. I'm sorry, I would not visit. I mean, it is no disrespect. It is no shade. It's just that I have to be mindful of whom I choose to associate with, and there's multiple reasons. First of all, my government name is attached to my channel, so therefore, if I associate with people who are not so productive, that can create a negative image as far as I'm concerned. Also, uh, as a Christian, I have to be mindful of who I interact with because not everyone is at the same stage of life as I am.
Yeah, because like you're either need to hang with people who can uplift you or people who are just going to just drag your spirit down.
Exactly.
Because
Because
in
look,
this time, it does, I mean, like who you may hang out a lot with, it also does matter too.
yes,
Now, it's not to say that you can't be friends at all with people who may have some like opposing viewpoints to you, though. But if they are like people who just happen to be nothing more about like drama or like slander and just gossip, or like people who have nothing like positive to share, and just like people who are just clearly just pushing out a bunch of like negativity, then I think you may need to rethink who you even hang out with, or you need to set the boundary straight.
Yes. Which, at times I have to like disassociate myself by certain creators uh, due to their content or due to their conduct. I mean, it's nothing personal. It's just that I have to be mindful who I associate myself with.
Yeah, same here though. It's just because, like I've already cut ties with a bunch of people. I've even cut ties with those from my previous circles. I still have even sometimes received messages from them too, but I don't even respond to them. I ignore them because it's all a matter of like the new direction that you're in. And if these people are in the opposite direction as you are, then I think you should continue going the other way.
I I agree.
Yeah, I mean, like saying hi here and there. I mean, I don't mind doing that because I'm not rude. I will acknowledge you, but I'm not going to support any of the stuff that you push for, or along with the stuff that I also used to push for too back then.
Yes. Like I said, I'm cordial to all, but it doesn't mean I'm going to associate with all.
Same.
Okay. So there's two more things that I wish to discuss how to maintain a healthy platform, which is self-evaluate. Okay, which means you're going to take the time, you're going to take a look at your content, you're going to take a look what you're saying, what you're doing. Um, you're going to be brutally honest with yourself, and you're going to examine, okay, what I need to do to improve and what I need to do to not do. Okay, and you have to be able to look at yourself and evaluate yourself honestly and be humble enough to, okay, I did this, I need to stop.
That too, but thankfully I did something like that a long time ago. Now it's already time for maybe whether others are willing to take the same level of accountability. Like if they are truly have been like also a part of spreading a lot of like craziness and recklessness and drama and gossip, or even like defamatory stuff for like all their malicious reasons, then I think that ought to be something that they need to start self evaluating themselves on. I would love to see that because that is ultimately when they would win my respect. But until I see that, then I'm just going to continue to write them off as just those who just want to spread gossip and drama and a bunch of other malicious stuff. But if you can, yeah,
Mm,
if you can become humbled by an experience, then that's a huge blessing.
yes,
But
I
yeah,
agree.
but if we're over around here like calling people accomplices to stuff they had nothing to do with, or school shooters, or in your case, you're what are you, Hitlerish and white, or all this other stuff, then that doesn't sound humble to me.
Okay, there's someone. Okay, okay, let me just. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm the Black Clansman. Yeah.
Yeah, Dynamite, how you doing today?
I'm doing alright, you know.
Don Armando, what's going
Yeah, I
on?
was like, I'm sure. And so, whenever I be up on Jose's plan, I always try to act like I'm different characters or whatever.
I don't know, man. For a second there, I thought you were like maybe trying to troll me in a low key, kind of harmless way. I'm messing with you.
Nah.
I
We're
know,
just,
man. No, I know you're not. I know you're not. I'm messing with you though, but so speaking of,
yeah.
it's funny that you say that because I'm actually friends with a former Klansman when he finally reformed himself. So I thought, oh, is Don Armando trying to troll me? But I'm kidding.
Nah. But other than that, I've been all right. It's a rainy day out here in
So,
Philadelphia, so
yeah. So, the topic for tonight is how to maintain a healthy platform. So, what's your point of view regarding the topic?
Well, I just try to reach out to different sectors or whatsoever because and it's been successful. I've been with my I've been on certain panels and I've gotten certain followers. So it's like I guess I'm appealing to everybody. So but one thing that I've actually said to actually maintain a healthy platform is just lay down the rules. Because at the end of the day, if you lay down the rules or whatever, your platform is not going to be too ghetto or anything like that. It's on how you control it. Shout out to Hebrew Line, by the way.
Yes, good evening, Hebrew Alliance. Thank you for stopping by. Actually, believe it or not, a certain individual who will not name actually questioned the existence of the Hebrew line.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Who would that person be? Well, I know you ain't gonna name. Just say into the back chat.
Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. He's from Canada, and
Oh
he
my
tends
God.
to
Okay.
speak a little
Oh,
bit.
oh, 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 okay, that guy. I mean,
Yeah.
but then again, we could question his existence also, but who knows? Anyway, it's like I only been on a panel with him once, so that was it. Yeah, Sylvester the cat. Yep. But
Well,
but
look,
but
there's a certain
but you
amount.
want to know?
I'm sorry. Go
But
ahead.
as
Go ahead,
far as
please.
maintaining, all right. But as far as maintaining a healthy platform, just make it on how you want to be. You want to have a platform about crap. You're gonna have it about crappy people. And sometimes I see that crap actually sells until somebody gets really offended and stuff like that. But if you're actually informative, which I've seen, you could actually make it about that also. So hopefully, like within this month, I might bring some new equipment, and I might have a lot of content coming in the woodworks.
True.
Mhm. But you know what, guys? In all fairness, there's a certain amount of jealousy. I mean, if you take a, if, and I'm not, I'm not being bragging, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, within the last 4 weeks, I've gained more than 10K views. That speaks a lot.
Yeah, that does. I mean, shoot, I wish I had 10K views.
Okay.
But other than that,
Yeah.
What?
that, that
By
that's
the way,
that's a
yeah,
that's an achievement.
yeah. Like in one of my videos regarding the Louisiana Creoles, that one received 10K views, and then like a
Wow.
lot of my like family like photos, they've been unexpectedly drawing some good attention too. I wasn't even expecting like like my family pics to even get that many likes, but apparently they have been, and I guess my audience have been enjoying them. So that in itself is just an incentive just to keep it going.
With me, Georgia, what I'm gonna try to do is that before the year is out, I'm gonna try to reach out to people within my community, so therefore we could actually have a narrative because there's been a lot of narratives that's been thrown out within the public and everything like that, and I'm not like it. And my thing is, I want to actually educate people on what my people are, and for the most part, I'm going to try to do that by the end of the year or by the beginning of the year.
Good idea.
See, we are three examples of creators that have healthy platforms. I mean, we produce our content. It's well received, and it's also uplifting.
Yep.
Yeah, and then also like it also shows like another side of you too. Like if you are able to be that multifaceted on your page where other good avenues of your life are also revealed and explored upon, then it brings nothing more but positive vibes to your channel, which is why I've also been sharing like a lot of my traveling material as well, such as like one of my trips to Wyoming. I traveled the whole
Hmm.
state in addition to the Detroit, Michigan trip as well, which you guys can
Right.
see like me and my dog right there by the Detroit River overlooking Canada.
I'm surprised you never visited Canada.
Um, I didn't have my passport with me, so I was not really able to
Or
go across the bridge. But if I did, they would have allowed me and my German Shepherd across. But no, I'll just kind of like just buy downtown Detroit, and then you just kind of go to the Port Detroit, and then from there you can overlook Windsor, Canada, which is what I posted on my community tab. So just kind of like cool
yeah,
stuff like that because traveling is really fun because you really get to learn like a lot of like learn a lot about different places, how the people feel, how the people think, and just if there's even
yep,
like a monument nearby, you have the chance to finally produce some good memories there and just keep it going though. And as far as
yeah. I'm
like
about
people
it.
saying that, oh, I'm broke or something, well, I hate to say this, but you need money in order to do that. All that stuff was
Yeah,
self-funded
yeah.
by my quote unquote broke ass. Okay.
I
This
mean,
is funny.
it's funny because I'm about to actually put like a second version of my Bahamas trip. So I'm trying to edit the videos and everything like that because I went on my Bahamas cruise trip last year. So I'm gonna try to edit that out, edit some of those videos, and I might try to edit some clips of when me and my wife took our train trip to Orlando. So you know,
Nice. That's just pretty
yeah.
cool,
Well,
man. Nice.
well,
And
well.
even where
Next
you are,
week, I actually have a ticket to see. Sorry.
oh no, I was just about to quickly say, Jose, is going to be about you quickly, but me and my dog will hopefully be able to raise enough funds and stack up on some money though to come out there and see you. But I would love for
Yes.
the two of us to get a picture by the Empire State Building because so far I brought Zeus, my dog, onto Chicago's subway train systems. He's been in front of many of the Detroit historical buildings too, all these other places. So next stop, hopefully New York. But go
I
on.
mean,
Mhm.
What's up?
just let me know that when you go to New York, so I could link up with you too, Giorgio.
Sounds good. And get a picture of me and Zeus by the Empire State Building because that's the goal.
Exactly.
And maybe I could sneak Zeus
Yeah.
onto New York subway train systems too, like I did in Chicago.
I mean, yeah.
Appreciate it. But go on, Jose.
Okay. Um, there is someone, let's see, just give me a moment. Okay, actually, Don Armando, there's someone called
Yeah, well, I said what
King
I had to say. So,
Macho that would like
yeah,
to
I said
speak.
what I had to say. So I'm out. I don't talk to
Oh,
jokers. It's all good. I'm out though,
oh,
by the way. Yeah.
dude. Oh my God.
Okay, oh boy. This is okay. This is a perfect example of what I mean. Look, I don't have a problem with anyone coming in on the platform, but the fact of the matter is people need to be respectable. Okay. And if you have a beef with people, fine. Don't bring it to my platform.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
I mean,
about
you
as
can
well
go on
too.
their platform. Yeah.
Because
I
also at
mean,
the
look, I'm not. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
because at the same time, it doesn't reflect well in your profile or your platform if you're letting that stuff spread onto your page.
Yes. And truth be told, I don't know if that's really King Mancho. It could be a troll. It could be whatever. That's why anyone that's new, they have to cam up in the backstage, because the last thing I want is someone coming in to flash certain genitalia, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, or screen sharing a pornography website in order to get your channel terminated.
Yeah. Unfortunately, one of the streams I aired last week, this back and forth between Grandma Sean and Gigi. Okay, and it's unfortunate, and of course, people will have beefs, and it is what it is. But part of the reason why I had to end the stream, because it would have just deteriorated into something messy, and I'm not doing that on my platform.
Good idea.
Yeah. Okay. And like I said, I don't have nothing against anyone. I mean, it's just that I have to do what I need to do in order to maintain a certain level of integrity. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say, because I'm not going to rehash what happened. I know there have been responses and other responses and things of that nature. I'm not going to address it here. To be perfectly honest, I don't know if that was King Macho or if that was a troll,
I
which
had a
is
feeling that it
why
was a troll.
I think so. Which is why anyone new, they have to camp up in the backstage. They have to. Okay. And I see we have another guest. Good evening, Ramon.
Hey, what's going on, Don Jose? What's going on, Giorgio? How you guys doing?
I'm
We're
doing
doing
very
fine,
well. I
thank
couldn't
you.
be
So,
happier.
the topic for tonight is how to maintain a healthy platform.
Yeah, keep the drama out. That's how I will sum it up. Keep the BS, keep the drama out of it. So that's I'm kind of like direct when it comes to saying these things, but I think that that's like the best way that I can express it. Uh, I can't really make a whole speech about it. I'll just say keep the drama, keep the BS out of it, and it's gonna have a better chance. So that's kind of how I
Yes.
how I will I will sum it up. But sometimes it's not that simple. Yeah, I'll admit to that. Sometimes it's not that simple. I mean, because there is always depending on how well are you doing, then it makes it more difficult to keep the BS away, to keep the drama away, because it can still follow you. It can still come after you, and there is very little that you can do. But as much as you can, as you can, have rules, have regulations, um, to so to give your channel the best chance at staying drama free and BS free.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly, though.
Well, I'm
And that
happy
co-
to say that within the last sorry. Well, I'm happy to say that within the last 4 weeks, my platform has gotten over 10,000 views.
That's good. That's good. I haven't looked at my analytics because I know that I'm not being consistent. But yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. You keep it up. You keep it up because you are consistent. You're consistent with it. So you do deserve to have a higher view count.
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, and I also
But
like Ramon. I was
look, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was even telling like Ramon is that like even a video that I even uploaded about like the Louisiana Creoles, that one garnered like 10,000 views, and then like I even shared like another video too of Maya Angelou, and that one was like 2,000. So I guess you could say as far as like where I'm at in the analytics department, I think it's going so far so good. It could be better if I were a lot more consistent, but I have a real life out there to live and not the internet.
No, right. We have to protect our real lives, which is away from the computer, which is away from YouTube. But something that I wanted to ask you, your you mentioned something about the Creoles. You are from Louisiana yourself?
No, not me though. It's just on my mom's side, I do have the Louis Creole from her side, but she's actually from Mississippi.
Oh,
But
okay.
I was born and raised in California though, so a lot of people in California also like came from like the Louisiana Creole migration to places like Chicago, New York, and even California, specifically Los Angeles and the Bay Area.
Okay, okay. Because if you were like from Louisiana, then I will ask you like what's the difference between a Creole and a Cajun? Because I know that those are two cultures out of Louisiana, but I don't know
They're
the
two,
difference.
yeah, like the Cajuns, they came from the Acadians that started off in Canada and they settled way down in the Boot, which is also known as Louisiana, to escape some like persecution that was going on up there. And then that's where they formed
Uh,
their own unique identity known as the Cajuns, even though they descend specifically from the French Acadians.
oh, I see. I see.
Whereas the Louisiana Creole specifically during that time, they were more of like a racial blend of the African, European, and natives that were already living there.
Okay.
hmm But
Uh,
nowadays, anybody can technically speaking be like a Creole. You even have some very unambiguous, like black presenting Creoles there, and even white presenting Creoles there too. But if you
mhm.
really want to get down to the deeper part of it, they were mixed.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
All
a
right.
lot of stuff to a lot of like info about that. But definitely could talk about that at another time.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 Because I hear about I have heard about both. I have heard about the Creoles and I have heard about the Cajuns, which I figured that they were that they are another identity, like you said. But that's something that I'm sure that there is a lot to unpack when it comes to that. So it's a
Exactly.
matter of kind of like doing the research on that to be able to see the differences more clearly. Yeah.
Exactly. And then on a final note, what I will say in regards to like the Cajun, so you may have seen on my community tab of me when I was 4 years old sitting on a old woman's lap. That's my great grandmother. Her father,
Hmm.
by the way, was a Cajun from the Parish Concordia region of Louisiana.
Ah.
You could even see it in her too. But yeah, it's on
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
community
I
tab.
think I saw it. I think I saw the pictures.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When I was a
Okay.
little kid, that was back in 1996. So sorry, I don't mean to make anyone feel old, but her father was Cajun.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's the thing. That's the thing because I do remember 1996.
yeah,
Very good year for me. Very good year.
exactly.
I was a young man. I was coming of age back then.
Nice. I
So
was only 4.
Well,
But
yeah, yeah.
well,
yeah,
well,
sorry. Don't make me.
I'm
It's
sorry,
all right.
as the as the senior citizen on the platform, okay, I like to think
I,
of
I don't mean to
myself
make you
as
feel old
wise. I
either,
get
Jose.
older, I
Sorry.
get better, and it is okay. But
I'm
I'm happy
sorry.
that I've learned how to do videos on TikTok and things of that nature, and actually I've done a little blogging. Like for example, when I was in Kansas City, um, attending a Christian conference. So I was doing some blogging, and in fact, next month I'm going to be traveling to Montgomery, Alabama, with representatives of my union.
Okay. Good,
Nice.
good. That's good. That's good.
So,
Yeah, Jose. Like when
and
I'm married someday, I'd
and
like
I'm
you
going to
for
do
you to come
something
out.
definitely,
What was it? I
definitely,
didn't understand
and
either one of you. Hmm. There might be a delay,
yeah.
I
but
can
you
hear
guys were
you.
saying.
I can hear you, Ramon. But what's going on, Jose?
No, I think you mentioned something about when you do get married. Um, okay,
You will be invited to the wedding. Is what I'm saying, along with other faith-driven people.
okay, okay. King Macho, I'm gonna ask that you come up so I make sure that you are who you are, and then I'll allow you on the panel. If not, I'm sorry. I gotta make sure I gotta protect the integrity of this platform because the last thing I want is someone to flash anything. Actually, he's not okay. I don't think he wants to discuss anything with you, King Macho. No offense. But in any case, next week I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to go to see the Christmas spectacular at Rockefeller Center. So that's something that I'm going to enjoy, and of course I'm be blocking that as well.
No, I'm sure you will because you don't get hypothermia. I mean, as cold as it's most likely gonna be, you're not gonna get hypothermia, which is I'm sure you will enjoy that, you Mr. Freeze.
Okay, first of all, we have not had a decent winter in New York in years.
Uh,
So,
that's not what Kishel told me. That's not what Kishel told me. Kishel told me different because you do have blizzards and like really cold ass winters up there. So that's not what I'm hearing. But okay, I don't want to talk about the
well,
weather because I know that you love that. You love talking about the weather. Please, Freddy, please, let's not do that because
well,
down here
actually, I'm
it's
going to be
already too
doing.
cold.
Okay, what's your definition of cold, though?
It's in the 40s.
Oh, that's autumn like.
No, that's already too cold for me.
I mean, well, believe it or not, next week I'm going to be doing a stream celebrating the arrival of winter.
There's nothing to celebrate. Golly. I'll be celebrating spring. When spring comes around, I'll celebrate that.
Oh, come on. Think of all the fun that you're going to have in the wintertime. You
No,
can go
you are gonna
ice
have
skating.
fun. Giorgio, this is every time. Giorgio, this is every time. We're arguing about the weather every time because I mean, Don Jose loves that. He loves some cold ass weather. That's why I call him Mr. Freeze.
I mean, come on now. I mean, you should embrace the cold like you embrace a loved one.
No, I'll embrace a loved one. I don't want to embrace no cold. Embracing the cold will kill me. It will be hazardous for my health. I know it wouldn't be like that for you, but it will be for me. So, no thanks.
Well, look, I mean, think of it. Christmas is in winter. Three Kings Day is in winter. Valentine's Day is in winter. All the fun holidays. A lot of the fun holidays are in the wintertime.
Nah, no thanks. No thank you.
And of course, in the summertime, you get to enjoy Orchard Beach, which is the French Riviera of the Bronx.
No, here we go again. That's not what I hear. That's not what I hear about it. I mean, I'd rather go to a real beach in Puerto
No,
Rico.
we
Where
have real beach. I mean, we
nah,
have Orchard
you have
Beach.
a. I hear that that's a dirty shoreline. It's a shoreline, but it's not a beach.
Well, in any
There
case,
is a difference.
no, no, no. It is not. It is not that bad. Okay, okay. I get it. Every beach it gets us. It gets a little bit dirty at times and what have you. But it's beautiful. I mean, when you go to Orchard Beach or Brighton Beach or Coney Island or Reese Beach, it's like being in the Caribbean.
Mm, okay. Okay.
So-
Don't know about all that.
but I did, yeah, but I did appreciate your last string. Unfortunately, I was asleep when you aired it.
No, I did it very late because it was impromptu. So I did it very late. So I wasn't. I knew that barely anybody was gonna be up there. But you're more than welcome to check out the playback so you can have an understanding of the subject that I was touching on. Now it's something that is very minute. It's something very minute, but you know how it is with when there are small factions that can be very loud and they are they actually think that they can legislate somehow other people's identity. Um, but they're doing that based on race, and that's kind of like a North American thing, having arguments on identity based on race. And the thing is that in the island, we don't really do that. We actually embrace people regardless of of race if they're very sincere about being among us, and if they were raised on the island or someone born on the island, raised on the island, and they may be of a different race that doesn't have any of the Taino blood, but we can. It's like okay, that alone doesn't decide whether somebody can be Puerto Rican or not. If there's somebody who is born and raised on the island, maybe they are from a very different ethnic background, but they grew up around us, so we see them as part of us. We don't care about that. But there is a faction,
That's
and
true.
I'm sorry to say, but they seem to be, if not 100%, almost 100%. They seem to be diasporans that have that mentality, because islanders don't really think like that, and they wanna come in, and they wanna say who gets to be Puerto Rican or Boricua, talking about that only people that have Taino blood get to be Puerto Rican or can refer to themselves as Boricua. Something that is not a thing in Puerto Rico. That saying, talking like that, that's not a thing on the island.
Okay.
But there seems to be certain diasporans that do want to separate us and divide us based on race. And I'm telling them, it's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Well, it's sad, but I mean, it does exist. I mean, I'm not going to lie. But I just want to highlight this comment.
Which comment? Okay.
Look,
Nah, 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 nah. That's cold ass weather. It's already getting too cold down here. Needs to get back
well,
to
look,
at least the 60s, so we can have some normalcy.
actually, it needs to go down, say, to the at least into the mid-teens, so we can have light winter.
No, 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 no.
Because, because, because remember, my definition of winter is a little different.
Very different. I know it's very different. But
Okay.
remember, where I'm from, there is no such
First
thing
of
as
all,
winter to begin with. So I don't want to hear it. I don't like it.
I mean, first of all, from 10 to 19 is what I call light winter. From 9
I
to
like
0.
no, no, that's too much. That's too much.
Okay. Okay. Now, from 9 to 0 is what I call medium winter.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And from 1 below to 9 below, I call that normal winter.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, from 10 below to 19 below, that's I call heavy winter.
Yeah.
From 20 to 29 below is extreme winter, and 30 below, that's when there's a possibility that you can die.
No, for me, 0. That to me is I turn into a popsicle. So 0 degrees, I'm turning into a popsicle. That's if I don't get sick. Don't get like really sick. So nope. No thanks.
In any case, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop to wrap this up. I don't
Okay.
usually do the stream at 7 o'clock. It's just that I'm not working overtime now, um, I'm gonna take closing remarks. I don't know if you're able to stay from the backstage so we can talk a little bit. If you can, great. If not, that's fine. So we're gonna take closing remarks from the lover of cold, who think Orchard Beach is the most beautiful beach in the world, who wants to go to Times Square to watch the ball drop in shorts and sandals, who wants to be buried in snow, who wants to go to Albany to experience below zero temperature, who thinks that winter is the best time in the year and wants Puerto Rico and Texas to become winter wonderlands. The
Mm-mm.
introvert Boricua.
No, sir. I don't want none of that. I mean, that's again, that's not the weather for me. That's not. I can't do that. I can't deal with it. Don't want it. Don't want it. I want. I already want um warmth. I already want it to be hot again. Even though this year we saw kind of like record breaking triple digit for months. It was triple digit temperatures for months at a time down here. But I can deal with that better. I can deal with that better than damn with the damn cold. I mean, it was nice because I had to recently, as you know, recently I had to go to Puerto Rico because I had to take care of something. It was only for a couple of days and all, but it was nice. It was nice to be in nice warm weather. Now, because of the humidity, I was sweating a lot, but I preferred it. I prefer it. I can deal with that better than this cold. Uh, but aside from that, I appreciate you letting me be on your panel, and I really don't have much else because I know that I came onto your panel kind of late, and I said what I have to say when it comes to what it would require for a platform. I kept it simple and direct, like establish some rules, establish some regulations, as to how you are gonna be conducting your channel, and keep drama, keep BS away from it. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. It can only There can only be BS, there can only be drama on your channel if you allow it. It's your channel, you run things. So it's a matter of not allowing it. I can stay in the back for a few minutes, but I am kind of in the middle of something. So, but aside from that,
Okay,
um,
fine.
I appreciate you letting me on your panel, and have a good one. And shout out to to the chat.
Okay, thank you very much, Ramon, for stopping by. I'm going to put you in the backstage. Okay. Now I'm going to give you my final thoughts. You know what? I really don't know. I really don't know when it comes to Zacharias. But the whole point of this platform is to discuss what things to do in order to create a healthy platform. So we explain. So I gave some examples and illustrated the reason why. So I really don't know. But in either case, I'm gonna be doing another stream actually on Wednesday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and it's gonna be focusing how to approach 2024. So basically, what I'm gonna be doing is what to look forward to, and make sure that we do not repeat the same mistakes that we made in 2023. So, before I leave, please check out the Intro Preakers content and subscribe to his channel. He does not air regularly, but he does when he does air, he produces quality content. So go on. So that being said, I'm going to close the same way that I always close. We must do everything we can to reduce our exposure to the mentally and intellectually challenged, because if we fail to do so, we would be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. That being said, this has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron, saying good night, take care, and peace.